And I've had the privilege of introducing him quite a number of times through all of these years. And I told him tonight, just sitting there while Harmon was singing, I said, everybody just loves you. And he always came across, you know, like scary and mean and tough, and all along he had this big old marshmallow heart, loved people. And who would have thought, when you saw Mr. T give Sylvester Stallone in Rocky, what was it you were saying? You said, I want you, something like, are you the one that said that? It's okay,
yes,
you
yes,
can tell.
Yes,
Yes. You was trying to get him to, challenge him.
Right.
I want
right.
you.
Yes.
And he was afraid of you. Yes. I think he was. But you weren't afraid of him, were you? And so here we have on this platform tonight, he's a movie star. He grew up in the city of Chicago with 11 siblings and his single mom. College football star. He studied martial arts and was a 3-time city wrestling champ. And then not only that, he was a pro wrestler for 2 years in 85 and 86, and again from 94 to 96. He's acted in numerous television programs and movies. Of course, Rocky, and then his television program was The A-Team. And here he is sitting on this platform tonight with his t-shirt on and his sandals and white socks. In love with Jesus Christ, on fire for God. Please welcome Mr. T.
Thank y'all. Please, thank you. No. Thank you. I'm humbled by that, but also I got to get on your case for a moment.
That's all right.
Because
you're not gonna whack on me.
No, I'm not gonna whack you because you know, many years ago when I started coming here, I told them to only introduce me as Mr. T, the servant of God. I said, don't go into what I've done and stuff like that, because that's my job, but I don't want to get so caught up in, because we only allowed so much time here. I want to use that time to lift God's name, because people don't know that. Thank you. I am honored that people that gave me the platform, Brother Dwight, that come into the world, so they can say, who is this guy? But now I'm with God, there's other shows I can talk about my history.
But you want me to do it over?
No, it's a real, but next time, but no, it's
all right, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Mr. T.
No,
servant of God.
Yes, because that got me to this here point, and we can. But I'll go back and tell people, because a lot of people really don't know how I got to this. They saw me on TV and they don't know, So I want to, like the old saying goes, to know me is to love me, First of all, I'm old school. I'm an old-fashioned, tough mama's boy. I'm not the wimpy mama boy. No. I use the word mama's boy because it's important that young kids need to know it's nothing sissified or punkish to say you love your mother. See, if more kids were to love their mothers, the jails would be empty. That's why I go around. I'm not ashamed to say I love my mother, because I do love my mother. I don't love my mother on TV. Hi, Ma. No. Mother lived with me. When people try to get me to do bad things, the temptation come. I said, no, I'll pass. Yeah. When you start doing things for God, the forces of the negative want to bring you down. I said, no, I'm representing my mother. I'm representing the God I serve. Yeah. I love my mother too much. I'm going to show you the transformation I made when I was little. I come from a family of 12, actually. I got 7 brothers and 4 sisters. I'm the baby boy. Here's who I am in a nutshell. When I was 9 years old, I drew a picture, and it came over. We was living on the projects, Robert Taylor Project. We was on welfare. Mm-hmm. See, I seen my mother. My mother used to knock on the neighbor's door to borrow money so I can go to school. A quarter, knock on the door and say, could you loan me a quarter? Could you loan me 50 cents? I want to give it back to. I'll give it back to you when my welfare check come. My mother had pride, but for the sake of her children, she knocked on the neighbor's door. I remember my mother would go down to the welfare station to come back with a bag of powdered milk and powdered eggs. I know the struggles my mother had. So when I was 9 years old, I drew a picture, came home from school and showed her. I said, Mama, there you is in the rocking chair. That daddy is over there. Mama, that's the rest of us. I said, Mama, one of these days, I'm going to be big and strong. I'm going to be a football player. I'm going to be a boxer.
Yeah.
I said, Mama, I'm going to buy you a beautiful house. And I'm going to buy you pretty dresses. You know what she said? She hugged me and said, if that's the Lord's willing. That's what kept me away from the jail and all of that. I mean, sure, I did a little bad things. I threw some rocks. And I used to, try to get the winos to chase us. I asked God to forgive me. But I never was a predator. I never really beat nobody. Huh?
Did they chase?
They chased a little bit, but we know they couldn't catch us. Therefore, So, but I asked God to forgive me from that. So, but it didn't just show you. When I was little, and I got more whoopings. I mean, I'm old school. I got whoopings. There was no time out. There was no talking to no psychiatrist. I did wrong. She whooped me. There was no spanking, and I'm glad she whooped me. I'm glad my mother whooped me. That's why I'm not in jail today. I got more whoopings than anybody in the family, and I deserved it.
And you were the baby.
Yeah, and I was a baby, definitely. But then I remember one time, about 7 or 8 years old, my mother whooped me, and I was pouting. I was mad. Are you the meanest lady in the world? But like the Bible says, I was a child. And I acted like a child.
Yeah.
Now I'm sure how I changed in a couple years. So now I'm about 12 years old. Now, and I'm not proud of this here, but I got to tell the people, before I graduated 8th grade, I was suspended 17 times from school. You know why? Somebody thought they could say something about my mother and not pay the consequences. See, one minute I'm telling you, I was little, I said, you're the meanest lady in the world. Nah, I get a little older. Somebody think they can disrespect my mother? No way. So I agree because I love my mother. And then I remember one time, the last time I had a fight, and I remember every time I fight, mother in the principal office, that was just like my homeroom. I always go to the principal office, So, and I remember this time, we was in there, and my mother, and I was crying a little bit, and then she said, what happened this time, son? And I said, Mama, he called you a bad name. And then I started crying, and I remember so vividly, because she opened up her purse and she gave me a hanky, and she said, it's okay, son. They talked about Jesus. They're gonna talk about me and you. And that helped prepare me for stuff and whatnot. So I'm saying the change that I took because I love my mother. And I remember as I got a little old, I was 13, and the little kid would say, my mother said, son, when the sun starts setting, you start heading home. And I started doing that. I said, okay, getting dark, I'll see you guys later. And here's the message to young kids. Don't let nobody from the outside take you from the love of your mother.